Okay, so basically,
Hey.
I made McKenna watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I think you enjoyed it, right?
Yes,
It's one of my favorite shows of all time,
I agree.
Like- and we're gonna
I'm just not good at sharing my emotions.
get into that.
I use humor as a coping mechanism. These are a few of my favorite. I need to stop.
So the first thing we're gonna talk about is just the plot of the show, which I think is like the weakest part of it because of just how vague it is. And by plot,
You were like, it's one of the best shows of all time, and then you're like, the plot is vague.
by plot I don't mean like the story, even though those sound very. Don't start questioning me.
I just dropped cheese on my pants.
By the plot I mean like the stuff just with the angels and the Illuminati starting the Human Instrumentality Project. The entire show is building up to the part in the movie where they all turn into Fanta and they become one collective mind. But the show does a very bad job of telling the viewer like what all the terms are. Like they always talk about the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Human Instrumentality Project, but we never it's never explained what those actually mean. You just see it happen. But that's kind of the point, because the point is to be more with Shinji and the other people who
Isn't
don't.
it supposed to like show how like messed up it is in a way?
Well, it's mainly supposed to be from the view of Shinji,
Yeah,
because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know all
and
the
we
background
don't know what's
information.
going on either.
Yeah. And
Shinji deserved better.
the plot isn't even like the main focus of the show. The main focus is just what the characters do and their backstories.
Yes.
Which is why I'm able to forgive it,
Forgive it.
because the characters are just like amazing.
Yeah. Oh. Good slap.
Do you want to say anything about the plot of the show?
Well, I have a bunch of thoughts in my head, but like I can't express them for some reason when it comes to this show. Can I just say to listen to the song that I was thinking about?
Sure.
What I feel. Okay. Okay. Can we just put it on the screen because I can't search it because
I
of
can put it on
yeah.
later.
Okay. We can't. Okay.
Just say like this
song like reminds me of the show, and it's like the feeling of the show too. So listen to that. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so the last 2 episodes of the show are terrible
Well, yeah, I
because
agree.
it's supposed to be showing the stuff that happened when everyone turned into Fanta, but the only thing that they say for that is like there's text on the screen that says like the Human Instrumentality Project begins.
I'm like surprised because I wasn't expecting you to say anything bad about the show.
Like, did you know what was happening in the last 2 episodes?
Well, like, I knew what was happening, but I still felt confused in a way. I don't know how to
You also
explain
fell
it.
asleep.
Yeah, I did.
When I first watched the show, even though I had no idea what was going on in the last 2 episodes, I still felt like emotional.
That was a burp.
I
It
still
happened.
felt emotional when Shinji.
Ew.
I still felt emotional when Shinji, like learned to accept himself, and everyone was clapping and saying, "Congratulations." And then it was playing like a piano version of the opening song.
Okay, but can
and
I
really
say
liked that.
something?
Okay.
So, like, that happened. But then we started the movie, and then it just seemed like he hated himself again.
Well, the movie takes place before that
Oh,
stuff.
it does?
Yeah, I told you that.
So, like,
I said
did that... No, you didn't tell me
I
that.
said it takes place right after he killed Kaoru,
Oh,
his
okay.
boyfriend.
No, stop.
Is this a bad...
That makes me sad. This is a sad hit. I don't... sad. He was finally happy, and then he was just like, no, I'm an angel. But that's a subject for another part of the video.
We can talk about that later, I think.
Kind of scary.
I think, this one is my favorite. Since we've talked about the plot of the show, we're gonna talk about my favorite part of the show, which is just the characters. All the characters are good characters.
Yeah, exactly.
They are all S tier.
But there's still some characters we like least than others.
Yeah. And we're not gonna discuss all the characters right here because we're gonna make a tier list video.
Oh god, not again. We're gonna start finding different categories and being like...
This will feed our addiction, okay? Anyways, most of the characters are gonna be talked about in the tier list video, so this is just gonna be about like the main characters or other characters that really stood out in the show. So, do you have a character that you want to talk about first?
I like all of them. Hold on.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
the characters are great.
I really like Shinji, as you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm eating a pretzel. Okay. Shinji, listen to Juliet by Cave Town. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use songs to express how I feel. Juliet by Cave Town. Okay, first of all, it's a good song. I made Chris listen to it. The only reason he didn't like it before is because I blasted it at 7 a.m. and I woke him up. But it literally, the lyrics literally sound like Shinji. Like, you say something that reminded you of Shinji in this song.
I don't remember all the. Well, there is that one line about
my sour boy.
Yeah, and about shooting him.
Do you want me to say it? It was like, I'm not gonna sing. My sour boy is a pain. I want to shoot him in the brain, but I miss him in the morning.
Yeah, and that's literally what happened.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Episode 24.
And then, oh god, I'm getting lazy. Okay.
I can talk about Shinji.
No, but we need to talk about the song and how it relates to him first. Okay. And then, what's happening to me? And then, it also said it really, okay, I can't remember. Yes, I can. Okay. They said, Cave Town said, what am I talking about? Okay, in the song, it said, it really hurts when I need to feel bad when I can't see her, a Juliet, a special girl, and that reminded me, basically, how Shinji just wanted to be loved. Okay, now you start talking.
Okay,
I
so
give up.
Shinji is like my favorite character of all time that I've seen, honestly, when I think about it.
Yeah.
Because he's very relatable. Like, anyone who was 14 would react the same way he does.
Oh, wow.
And then all he wants is just...
Remember at the start of the show when Shinji was like, when I was like, no, I don't want to do that, and then like you were like, wait, you're reacting the same way Shinji does.
Yeah, and then he
you
literally
were like,
says, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, and then like you were like, McKenna, so you agree with him, and like you're talking about how anyone 14 would react the same way, and I'm 14. Okay. Go on with your philosophy.
Also,
that's not how you say that. Okay.
His main goal in the series isn't to defeat all the angels, it's just to have like human connection.
Because when he defeats the angels, he said he gets praised by people.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But that like makes him want to pilot the robots so that he can get praise from other people.
Oh yeah. About the Evas, there were some really...
You have to say
I was
Evas.
so close! About the Evas, there are some really scary scenes and disturbing scenes with them. I don't want to talk about it.
We can talk about it later, though.
Okay.
I guess a lot of his character is shown in the episode with Kaoru.
His boyfriend, yeah.
Because Kaoru, right when he meets Shinji, he just straight up goes like, I love you.
That's like what anyone would do though, with Shinji.
But like, it's the only person in Shinji's life who does that.
Yeah.
And that's why...
Wait, and he wasn't faking it! He wasn't. He was an angel and was like lying to him. But like you said he wasn't faking it, right?
I think so. I think they say it in the reboot movies actually.
You can kind of tell by the way that he died that he wasn't faking it.
Yeah, and in the end, Kaoru lets Shinji kill him.
Didn't he even say something like, Shinji, I would be more happy if you survived than me? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna cry.
But Shinji just wants human connection so much that he he just starts he just gets really connected with Kaoru, and then he just has to kill him anyways.
Shinji deserves better.
Like every moment of the show where he gets like a friend
or
someone
bad.
is slightly nice to him, I'm like, oh my god, this is so great. I'm so happy for him.
Like, do you remember the video of Rei where she smiled and then it was like the people getting really happy?
Like one of my favorite moments from the show is in episode 2 where Shinji is moving into Misato's apartment, and just him walking across the boundary into the door. I was like, wow, this show is great. I love it.
I love this scene. Something I liked about the show also was the trio, like with Shinji and then the 2 other boys. I was really sad how they ended though.
Yeah, Shinji was forced to watch Toji get attacked by the...
Literally what he was inside of. Yeah.
And then after that, both Toji and the other friend moved away.
Yeah.
Because everything got blown up.
Yeah, and like Toji is the one who was like obsessed with like...
Toji is the one who was in the robot.
Oh, okay, I was thinking of the wrong one.
The other one is named Kensuke.
Kensuke? Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I loved when like so Shinji ran away, and then then Kenji was in like the... Kensuke? He was in like the field place, like pretending to like be a soldier, and then they found each other. I loved that, and I loved when they apologized to him too. And but then Shinji, like the selfless person he is, he was like, I'm the one who deserved to be punched. But oh my god, I love Shinji.
Another moment from Shinji that I really liked, which is in the same episode you were just talking about, is when it's one of the ones where they just showed the same frame for like a minute long. But I really liked the one where him and Masato are just staring at each other when Shinji's at the train station and he had just decided not to leave.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Masato says, like, you're home or something. And I thought that was really sweet and wholesome.
Yes. And then Rei and Shinji's relationship. I was really sad when the Rei that had actual feelings for like Shinji though died.
Well, the next Rei still...
Yeah, she still remembered, like she started crying, remember? But like...
She just can't remember everything clearly.
Yeah. But the way that Rei died though, like she was basically sacrificing herself for Shinji, right? Or,
yeah,
like,
she
grew and then like...
I'm not really sure
kind of
what was happening at that part.
Are you sure about anything that happened in that show though?
I've watched every analysis video of this show on YouTube, and
you
I
still
still
can
don't
never
know
be
what
sure
happened.
though, yeah.
I think they explain more stuff in like video games about the show.
Video games?
Yeah. But I'm not sure. But yeah, there was that thing with Rei where the angel is attacking her.
Yeah.
And then it's also going to attack Shinji, but then Rei is like, no, I don't want Shinji to get hurt. And then she like does something and then it explodes.
Also, I wish that they did better for Asuka and Shinji's relationship. Like, I wish that they, like, I don't know, I just feel like their relationship deserved better. Like, their friendship.
Well, yeah. But, the reason why it doesn't, like, get as much, it doesn't go as far is because both of them conflict their personalities. So I guess we can talk about Asuka now.
Yeah.
Because Asuka is another one of my
she
favorite
deserves
characters
so
ever.
much better. I loved her from the moment I saw her. There was literally never a time where I doubted her. Okay.
Like, when I first watched the show, I really liked how her backstory was revealed when she was getting just, her mind was her mind was getting attacked by that one angel, and then she was like, no, I don't want to remember this again.
Yeah.
And then it keeps showing. I really liked the clip of little Asuka running, and she's like yelling at her mom about how she's gonna be an Ava pilot and everyone's gonna look at her, and then the door keeps opening and it keeps repeating that over and over again.
Yeah.
But you know that when she goes into that door, it's just gonna show her mom hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it's like real dark.
And then the doll. That doll was creepy.
Do you understand like exactly what the doll was.
I think I did while watching it, but now my memory blocked it out.
Basically,
because it scared me in a way.
Asuka's mom had like an experiment to put her soul into the Eva.
No. Oh, I thought you were gonna say into the doll and I started getting
No.
scared. Okay.
But after her soul got into the Eva, the rest of her body was like not working properly, and so she thought the doll was Asuka.
Oh, that's just wonderful. Wait, but wasn't the doll hanging too?
Yeah, because...
And then that's why her mom would say, die with me too?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so she hung the... And Asuka even said, I will die with you, mommy.
Mm-hmm.
But the mom hung the doll
Yeah.
instead of Asuka, the real Asuka.
I'm gonna start crying again, because I didn't cry while watching the show, because I was like kind of like numb after watching that. But then later that night I started crying while watching edits of it. But you were like, and then I was just like sobbing in the sheets. It was, but yeah.
Yeah, Asuka's backstory and her whole worldview makes sense of how she just wants to be, like the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
And also she doesn't want to, she wants to be praised by everyone, but at the same time, she doesn't want to connect with people. She wants to be like, able to be independent, and because of that, she doesn't work.
Yeah. And then she's like just iconic overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my favorite part of the entire show and the movie is at the start of the movie when she figures out that her mom is
Then she started going crazy.
Yeah, and she
didn't go crazy. Like, I mean, she went like, go crazy, go stupid.
Yeah, that fight scene against the
that was
the white creepy bird Evas.
She literally won that. It's just that they came back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Which was then they ate her.
Yeah. I like all the disturbing moments from the series.
What? What do you mean you like that?
Because I just like
I'm
how
gonna call the police.
I like how creepy they are.
What do you mean you like how creepy they are?
I'm not saying I would like it to happen in real life or something. I just like how it
I need to get out of this house. I need to call the cops on him before he makes an Ava and then makes it eat me or
like,
something.
there's the part where, I think it's in episode 2, where Shinji's Ava grows that eye, like
that's not
weird looking eye out of its head.
That's not that bad. That scene was cool.
There's the dummy plug system.
Okay, but like when we actually saw what Shinji's Ava looked like in that face looked really human. That was like scary to look at because it was just staring at them and smiling. And then they were talking about how like they think that the Avas might be mad at them. And then the way that Ava was literally like depth glaring them while smiling. Scary.
And then there's the part where the Ava goes berserk and then it just eats the angel.
Yeah. And then like that ex-boyfriend was so calm about it. Do you remember
Oh, Kaji.
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
The guy who got shot.
Yeah. Do you have anything more to say about Asuka?
No. Weren't we gonna talk about our favorite and least favorite characters though?
Yeah, these are like the main characters, I guess.
Okay, let me say something. So my favorite character, if I think of it overall, is Shinji.
Mm-hmm.
And then my least favorite character is Shinji's dad.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
Obviously, Shinji's dad isn't
is the
very
worst
likable,
character, but he has.
But even
his backstory is understanding though.
Yeah, even
because he kind of lost his humanity when his wife died, right?
Yeah, even Shinji's dad is like, he has problems that.
But regardless
make sense of his actions.
of his problems, he is a horrible person for abandoning his child and making Shinji traumatized and living by himself, and therefore he deserves to die.
Well, in the movie, before he gets eaten by the Ava, he says that he didn't want to be with Shinji because he was scared that they would just like hurt each other more.
Well, that doesn't excuse him literally abandoning a child.
It makes it make sense.
Wasn't
from
Shinji
his
like
point of view.
literally a toddler when like he made him pack his bags?
It was
and
like
he abandoned him at a train station or
I
something.
think he was like 10 or 11.
That's still so
it's
young.
messed up.
Yeah. Also, don't get mad at me. I liked her at first, and then towards the end, but in the middle, like in the middle, kind of, I didn't like the blonde science lady.
I think that's Ritsuko.
Yeah. There are moments where I liked her overall, though. But, like, I don't know, there were some moments where I was like, bang. But I felt sad when she died.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted her to be able to shoot Abraham Lincoln first.
I like how they revealed in the story that she just followed like the same path as her mother.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said when it happened. I was like, she made the same mistakes as her. Were you gonna say something?
Do you want to say stuff about Rei?
Oh yeah, I love Rei. I loved her from the moment I saw her when she was in the bandages and stuff. Rei deserved better too. Even though she was kind of just a bunch of clones, but like...
Yeah. And her backstory, just like the other people, makes sense of everything, like her whole personality and everything that she does, because she's completely replaceable.
Isn't that kind of funny how the dummy system, when the Ava went berserk, was by her personality? And like we were just like watching the Ava like tear that other finger apart, and then you were like, this is based on Rei's personality, and I was just like, okay. It's like one of those like calm serial killers, like she's so calm, but then inside her head it's like...
But yeah, since she's like completely replaceable and she kind of knows that, she just follows all the orders given to her by other people.
And she got called a doll by
Asuka. Yeah. And she doesn't value her life that much.
Yeah.
Like, she just is okay with sacrificing herself all the time because she's replaceable. She's a bunch of clones.
Shinji and Rei deserved better. When she finally smiled at him, I really wanted them to happen.
Yeah, because she had always just been with Shinji's dad.
Yeah, and like, do you remember when she said like to Shinji, I don't know how to respond to emotion or something like that? And then Shinji told her that smiling would be a good start, and then she smiled. That was the best, one of the best scenes. Also, can we talk about how Netflix changed the script from I like you, from I love you to I like you?
I guess we're gonna have to talk about that. You can rant.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh god. Can you say stuff about it now? I'm finished.
I think you said enough. It's just it said I love you in the original translation and they changed it, and that's dumb.
It is dumb.
The final character I wanted to talk about was Misato.
I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at the character. I'm laughing because of the rant that I just did. I'm not okay.
Masato is like a very iconic character because she just is, you know? I like how she's always a lot of the time she's just partying and drunk, but then when she needs...
The penguin she has.
Yeah, and she has a pet penguin. Or actually the penguin is her roommate. That's what she says.
The penguin is iconic.
Misato is always drunk and stuff and partying.
I don't like how her story ended. No, I'm saying it's sad. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying it. I'm sad that she died.
Well, she's always drunk and partying and stuff, but when she needs to get serious, she gets like real serious. But she's still joking around, I guess, and having fun. Like, I don't remember what episode this is, but it keeps showing clips of the morning at her apartment, and Shinji and Pen Pen are just looking at her disapprovingly when she's like drinking beer right when she wakes up. But then the next time she walks out of her room and she's just fully clothed in like a military uniform.
Yeah.
And then Shinji's just like really surprised, and I thought that was funny.
I loved when Shinji started being sarcastic because he started getting more comfortable around her. That's another Shinji moment I like.
Did you have a favorite episode?
I liked multiple episodes, but like I don't think I have a favorite episode, but I think I have like favorite moments in episodes, because sometimes the episodes, like the moments would be really like pretty and cool, and then sad and depressing.
Yeah, we
stuff
can
would
talk about
happen.
specific moments in a second.
I mostly just liked every moment that. Sorry, I mostly just liked every moment that Shinji was smiling.
My favorite episode before it got super depressing was episode 9, which is the one where Asuka and Shinji have to like get in sync to defeat the angel.
Oh yeah.
I really liked that one when I first watched it.
Yeah.
But this second time that I watched it with you, I enjoyed every episode.
Yeah.
Up until the last 2.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time because I understood it more.
A lot of the good episodes are like happy, but then they get really sad and depressing. But I think one of the episodes I really like is when we meet Asuka for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good episode.
Yeah, the 2 first episodes with Asuka are like iconic.
Yes. It's because of her. I have spread my language to you. You just said iconic. It's hard to talk about this show. Harder than the other videos.
Yeah, because everything is just so good.
Yeah.
Every episode is good.
I keep on stuttering and messing up.
What are like the specific moments that you really liked?
When Shinji and his boyfriend met. Like the way that the sunset was there and everything.
And he's Kaoru is sitting on the like that rock.
Yes.
And he's humming Ode to Joy.
It was literally the perfect way you can meet your soulmate. And then I also liked the scene in the when Shinji like I know there was an elevator, and I think his boyfriend was, I just say his boyfriend, just, you know, and his boyfriend was like outside of it, and then he said something like, we can go to the shower together, and then Shinji was like, oh, what? And then he was like, oh, we don't have to if you don't want to, and Shinji was like, no, I want to. Something like that. That was funny.
Speaking of elevators, one of my favorite...
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One of my favorite moments of the show is the elevator scene, the famous elevator scene, where Rei and Asuka are just standing in the elevator for like a full minute, and then they just start yelling at each other like,
I don't have Uno, so go fuck off. Everyone has Uno, dipshit. It came free with your fucking Xbox. I didn't get it. I have the oldest Xbox known to man. No, you don't. I bought mine on day 1, you fucking tard. Well, mine didn't have it. You have Uno, you fucking dick! I don't have it, you fucking... You have Uno! I don't fucking have Uno, motherfucker. Go to the arcade and you'll be able to download it for free! You dumb motherfucker! It's a fucking card game! They don't even charge!
Rei says something to try to be helpful, and then Asuka just starts going off. And it's like, even though it's kind of annoying that the scene is just like the same frame for a minute.
It's funny.
It also shows like the tension between the two characters and how awkward it is in that elevator ride.
The thing is, even when this is unlike me, because if I'm in an awkward moment, I usually don't say anything. But even when Asuka's in like awkward moments, she still can fire back at people. No matter what. She had some queen moments.
Yeah.
Like, in that moment where, like, Shinji, Rei, and Asuka were together and they had to walk through, like, the vents or something to stop an angel.
That episode is really good.
Yeah, and then Asuka said something like Rei said she volunteered to be the one holding, like, back the bullets, and then Asuka said she would do it instead because it was the most dangerous part. I thought that she wasn't going to be able to do it because of the way that they played it out, but she was able to do it. And I was just like, the flavor. It's so real, okay.
I can't think of many specific moments that I really like because everything in the show is just so good. And I've said that like 50 times during this video, but it's true.
It's just how stuck to my hair. Okay.
Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about was, wait, before I do that actually, the scene where where Rei becomes God and then Shinji deletes the world and turns everyone into Fanta.
He literally lets them delete the world because his wait, can you just say his boyfriend's name so I can...
Kaoru.
Because of Kaoru, when he was just like Shinji, but it wasn't actually him, but it was like Rei pretending to be him, and then he was just like, okay, yeah, we can destroy the world.
Yeah, because Shinji just is completely fed up with everyone.
Yeah,
and
he's just
how
like,
they don't love him.
You know what? I am gonna leave. Okay. Bum, bum,
The
bum.
scene where everyone actually turns into Fanta is like really well made because it starts with Shinji rejects Asuka basically. Or technically, wait,
what happened?
It starts with like a dream sequence kind of where Asuka and Shinji are fighting, and Asuka is like, "Stop being an idiot, love yourself." Basically, that's what she's saying, and then he just chokes her.
Yeah.
He grabs her and chokes her, and then it starts playing.
He's like, "No, I don't want to love myself."
It starts playing this like weirdly happy sounding piano song.
Yeah.
But the song isn't actually happy, and then it just shows a bunch of rays appearing in front of people and turning into people, and then the people just pop and turn into yellow goo or orange goo, and it's just like terrifying.
Yeah, that was scary.
And then there's also that shot of it shows Earth with all the crosses coming up, and then all the red souls or whatever come out of the world, and everyone's just screaming.
Yeah.
And that's really well made.
Yeah, it is well made, but it's like scary if you think about it. Also boobies.
Oh yeah. I can't show that on YouTube though. Speaking of boobies, there's that episode where Shinji
I
goes...
didn't want to start talking about boobies. I was just saying, oh my god.
There's the episode where Shinji goes to Rei's apartment, and it's just completely different from what you would expect. Like, when I first watched it, I thought Rei was gonna be a completely different character from what she actually was.
Wait, Owari no Seraph is how you pronounce it, right? If you guys have seen that, basically, okay, Shinoa?
Yeah, Shinoa.
Shinoa, basically when we watched that, Chris said that he thought Rei was gonna be like her character when he first saw her.
Yeah, I thought Rei would be like some sort of confident veteran of the robots, but then you go to her apartment and it's just completely messy. There's like bloody bandages all over the place.
Yeah.
And then she walks out of the shower like naked except for a towel around her. And I was like, oh no, we're getting this cliche. But then Shinji falls on her, and I'm like, oh no, it's actually happening. But then she just stares up at him blankly, and I was like, this is whack.
Yeah.
And then
Shinoa would have been like, oh hi. Yeah. You can imagine her in that situation, that'd be funny. And then you would have been like, no, I'm too edgy, but that's for another video.
And then the thing that's important about that scene is that Rei doesn't respond harshly to how Shinji fell, literally touching her boob.
No, stop! Don't make those movements.
But
you need to stop.
But she did respond harshly to how Shinji was putting on the glasses, which were from his dad.
Yeah, like she was like, don't touch those glasses. But then she was like, can you get off now?
So yeah, that's a good moment from the show. This is back to the movie. We've just gone.
When worlds collide, you can run, but you can't hide.
I guess we can talk about the main message of this show also here. Basically, in the movie, Shinji goes through the same arc as Squidward. You know the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward like time travels?
Why is everything chrome?
Yeah.
Cash.
But then eventually he gets to the place where he's all alone.
Yes.
And it's like alone. And it's just like
I forgot that's what they said. Alone. And then just like squares and triangles and stuff.
At first, Squidward thinks that that's like all he ever wanted. He thinks he's in his perfect world where he's all alone, but then he realizes he likes his original world.
Yeah.
And then he decides he wants to go back. And when he does, he really does enjoy it. And that relates back to Evangelion. Shinji thinks he creates the world where everyone is one being. Because that makes it so that there's no conflict. Everyone, no one experiences like hate or any negative emotions. But Shinji realizes that Even though living in the real world is like, it's hard to connect with other people, it's still worth living because there's hope that he might be able to connect with someone.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like my favorite message of all time. This show is just full of my favorite things of all time. Do you have anything more you want to talk about?
Whenever I think about this show, like, my mind goes, like, blank. I don't know, it's just a really good show. I don't know how to explain it. Like, my mind goes blank because it makes me think of everything that happened and, like, yeah.
Do you like the opening song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's the most famous anime opening of all time.
It's the most famous anime song in the... Sorry. It's just funny the way you said it, but you're probably right.
I know I'm right.
Who's your least favorite character?
Oh, my least favorite character? You know, at first it was Kaji, but I don't
Who's
hate
that
him.
again?
He's the Misato's boyfriend.
I was gonna say him in my least favorite characters too.
But at the end, like, or towards the end of the series, I stopped hating him.
Why?
Especially because of the watermelon. The watermelons.
Oh yeah, that was
I really
funny.
liked that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to talk about this moment. There's the one where Shinji.
You're gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I need to say it. Gurren from the vampire show we were watching, and the guy we were just talking about have the same energy. They do.
I guess that's kind of true. But
They act exactly the same.
as I was saying,
You know it's true. Add two
Um,
pictures of them right here.
okay.
Okay, anyways.
One of my favorite moments from the show is after Shinji, it's after he almost killed his friend, and then he gets, like, fired because he was trying to do bad things to the base. Do you know what I'm talking about, or are you looking at me here for another
it's
reason?
funny because you were like, my favorite part of the show is when Shinji almost kills his friend, and I was
That's
like,
not what
are
I'm
you
talking about. I'm talking about after it. You need to let me talk.
Okay, I am letting you talk.
You were not.
You
letting me
asked.
talk. It's after Shinji almost kills his friend, and he does bad stuff at Nerve headquarters, and he gets fired, and he's leaving.
Wasn't he like a janitor? Because they made him come back at first, but then he started piloting it again. I just know he was sweeping something.
I don't know about
He was.
Okay, so he's leaving. He's at the train station about to go some other place far away from the headquarters, but then an angel attacks, and it's the angel that beats Asuka and Rei. Like, neither of them are able to do anything about it. And so Shinji, I think he's in a shelter, so that he's safe from the angel, but then one of the, I don't remember if it was Asuka or Rei, their robot just smashes the shelter, and Shinji sees that one of his friends is, like, in danger and isn't winning against the angels without him. So he's just walking around, and he sees Kaji at his watermelon farm. And then they have a conversation about how Shinji needs to be defending the world, because that's, like, his job at this point. And then Shinji decides that he needs to save the world, and he goes to do it. And I like that part.
Me too.
Do you have anything more you want to say before we do the final score stuff? Okay. What was your final
Wait. Never mind.
What was your final score for the show?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched.
For me, it's definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. It has my favorite characters of all time,
Yeah.
and some of my favorite just moments of all time. But the thing that drags it down is just how vague the plot is. Like, you don't really know what's happening unless you've watched a billion YouTube videos about it, which is what I did, and I still don't really understand it that much. When I first watched the show, it was like...
Do you think it's not meant to be understood completely?
It's just not the focus. The focus is on the characters. When I first watched it, it was a 6 out of 10 because I didn't know what was going on for a lot of the time, but the characters in the show just brought it up a huge amount. But the second time I watched it, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Almost a 10 out of 10. And it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
When the show first started, and like how you described it, I didn't think it was gonna be like at all how it actually was. Because like how they started it with like her making jokes about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get my gas refilled or something. And then I was just like, it's the apocalypse, why is she worried about that? And then society was still a thing, and I was like, what is happening? Like, I thought it was gonna be like some action anime thingy. And it is. But do you know what I mean? No, I thought it was gonna be like... I just didn't think it was gonna have as much emotions as it did. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be that deep. If that makes sense, what I just said. But I'm glad it was. It's better than I thought it was gonna be. 10 out of 10.
The tier list video for all the characters should be going up before this video.
We have to put all of them... Yeah, we have to put all of them at the top, and then we have to put Abraham Lincoln all the way at the bottom.
Everyone will be S tier except Gendo.
Yeah.
So, if you want to hear more thoughts about the characters, you can go to the tier list video, which will have all the characters, because
That's gonna
how
be
tier
more
lists
fun to
work.
make than this video.
Yeah. What shows are we watching right now, McKenna?
Awari no Seraph, and Awari no Seraph.
Yeah.
Also, Love is War.
Yes. McKenna chose Awari no Seraph to watch, and I'm making her watch...
Wait, did we make the Be the Beginning video?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I love that one. I think that's my favorite anime.
Really?
Why wouldn't it be? It's so good.
We'll talk about it later.
I love it.
And yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. This is kind of, I guess it's good timing that it ran out now.
Yeah. Bye.